Hello to whoever is viewing this vlog. How are you today? I made this vlog to talk about the new student dialogue that I attended as a part of the online class of CU1000 here at Clemson. The dialogue that I chose to sign up for was paying for equality, female or remale. The reason I chose this dialogue over the others was because it was the only day I was available, but it was also really the only one that pertained to me at all. I grew up in a household where my mother did practically everything for the family, meaning cleaning the house, taking care of the kids, and taking care of the bills. For that reason, I had a connection to this dialogue because I grew up with my mom being, quote-unquote, the man of the house. So I was intrigued to see what other people's experiences were. It soon became clear in the dialogue that the further you go back in time, the less women did and the less they were thought of as powerful. It was also brought to my attention, which I never really had thought of until that point, was that women in other parts of the world have it much worse than women in the United States. Even with that being said, I still do not think that the women are being treated fairly. My opinion on the matter is that women should be looked at no different than men. Not just making sure the same amount of money is being distributed or being represented as voters, but just as human beings. When it comes down to it, we're all the same. For that reason, I think there was no reason why we can't act like it. Of course, my childhood has had a great influence on my view because my mom was a very strong and powerful woman, so people who didn't have that woman in their life might feel differently on the matter. Overall, I think we really achieved a true dialogue. The definition of a dialogue, of course, is a conversation between two or more people where they exchange their ideas and actually listen and consider what other people have to say. As opposed to a debate, we were not trying to convince everyone that our opinion was the correct one and that everyone else was wrong by proving their opinions wrong. Instead, we had an open conversation and expressed our opinions while also taking the other people's thoughts into consideration. The biggest part that I considered that I had not previously considered about was what I had mentioned earlier. Someone made a comment about how where she is from, the women's lives are laid out for them when they are born and they have no choice of any aspect of their lives. She went on to say that people complain so much about how women have it so bad here, but rarely consider that it is much worse throughout the other places of the world. That made me think what it would be like if America was much like these other places. When women were born, it was set that they were going to grow up by their mother's side, watching and learning. Then at 15, it was their job to go and marry who their parents told her to and start a family. From there, the rest of her life consisted of taking care of the family and raising the daughters to do the same. I thought about how unfulfilling that life would be. If I were that woman, I would definitely not want my life to be like that. Thinking about my life as a housewife definitely strengthened my opinion on the matter. Why can't women and men do the dishes and take care of the kids? Why can't women provide for their families in other ways than just being in the house? The dialogue really opened me up to new ideas, and as a new freshman, I'm going to experience that a lot. For this reason, I think the dialogue was important for us freshmen because in my case, it was good practice for what I should be prepared to take in while I am attending college here at Clemson. Also, it helped me realize that there are tons of different cultures and thousands of different opinions, and mine is not always going to be the one that the majority's is. For that reason, it is imperative that when I am talking about a subject on campus with someone that I meet, I have to remember to take others' opinions into consideration instead of just thinking that I am always the one who is right. Most of the time, I, in fact, am actually the one that is wrong. I have to have a dialogue with people I meet instead of a debate, so the dialogue has prepared me greatly for that. Overall, the dialogue was a beneficial experience for me, and I will definitely take into consideration more what people have to say instead of being so closed-minded. Thank you for watching my vlog, and I hope you have a very wonderful day. And I'm just going to use these last 3 seconds to talk about nothing. Goodbye.